We are back. Championship Sunday continues here at MLG Spring Arena. And now we have got our next matchup, which is going to be Ganzi taking on DRG. And we have already got Clutch out on the floor to interview our players. So let's shoot it right to him so we can get these games started. Clutch, over to you.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. I'm joined by Complexity's Ganzi. Ganzi, my first question for you is, it's day 3 in the MLG Spring Arena. How do you feel so far?
네, 김동준 선수 지금 3일차 MLG 아레나요까지 오셨는데 지금 현재 기분이 어떠세요?
몸은 힘들지만 재밌는 경기를 앞두고 있어서 너무나 설레입니다.
It's a bit tough, but still I will have to play really interesting games, so I'm very excited about it.
Now, I heard your wrist has been bothering you this weekend. Has that affected your gameplay at all, or have you been just charging through it, being excited and confident in your matches?
이번 주 기간 동안에 손목 문제가 좀 있었다고 들었어요. 근데 그 관련돼서 뭐 현재 어떤 상태인지 좀 궁금합니다.
조금 불편하긴 하지만 큰 문제는 되지 않고요. 오히려 손목이 아파서 경기에 더욱더 집중할 수 있게 된 것 같아요.
It does bother me a little, but still, because it's kind of hurting, I think I can focus more into the games.
My final question is, you had a great victory over Violet, but now you're going to be up against DRG. How confident are you going into this next matchup?
김동환 선수를 상대로 되게 좋은 경기력으로 이제 진출을 하셨는데 박소 선수를 이제 또 상대를 해야 되는데 지금 뭐 현재 기분으로서는 어떨 것 같아요, 경기 결과가?
우선 좋은 게임 보여드리고 싶고요. 오늘 더러운 춤을 추겠다고 약속했기 때문에 반드시 이기겠습니다.
Okay, I'll try to play as much interesting game as possible that I can, and I did make a promise that I will actually dance if I win. So I'll keep my promise.
Okay. All right, Ganzi, thank you very much. Good luck in your next matchup. Back to you guys at the desk.
He'll dance if he wins, Grubby.
I want to see that.
I want to kind of see that too.
Actually, I have seen that.
We have you? Well, we might see it. Of course, DRG is one of the favorites here, certainly to potentially move on to be in the finals versus Marine King Prime. Of course, the winner is going to climb one step further, but already Marine King poised to take his 3rd MLG championship. This will be the first time that something like this will have happened. And now we've got Ganji's opponent, DRG, on standby. Clutch, take it away.
Thank you, gentlemen. I am joined by MVP's DRG. DRG, how do you feel about going up against Ganzi?
박소 선수 이제 김동준 선수가 곧 경기할 텐데 지금 뭐 현재로서 상태가 어떤지 궁금합니다.
네, 뭐 컨디션이나 이런 건 다 괜찮고요. 근데 맵이 조금 생각보다 마음에 걸려서 걱정이 되긴 하는데 최선을 다해 보긴 할게요. 네.
My condition is very good, and I actually feel really good about it. But still, I have a bad map pulls, and but I'll try my best about it.
I think a lot of people are starting to talk about the rivalry between you and MKP in the finals. Is that something that you are confident about? Or are you going to meet him again in the finals here at the Spring Arena?
뭐 계속 지금 이정훈 선수랑 이제 이번 최근에 이제 MLG에서 결승에서 맞붙었고 2번 졌는데. 그런 것 때문인지 아무래도 이제 라이벌이 형성된다는 그런 말들도 많이 나오고 그러고 있어요. 근데 이제 오늘도 지금 이정훈 선수가 이미 이제 올라가 있는 상황에서 앞으로 이정훈 선수와의 관계라든지 아니면 라이벌 관계라든지 또는 뭐 경기를 했을 때 이제 이정훈 선수랑 경기를 다시 한번 붙어보고 싶은지 본인의 심정이 좀 어떤지 알고 싶습니다.
네, 라이벌 관계로 하기엔 요즘 최근에 제가 정훈한테 많이 져가지고 조금 제가 밑에 있는 입장인 것 같고, 또 열심히 해야 돼요. 경기는 항상 정원이랑 게임하면 재밌는 경기들이 많이 나오는 것 같아서 좋아요. 많이 하고 싶어요.
I can't really say that I'm rival to MKP since I lost all the matches against him, but it's really interesting to play and really fun to play against him.
Okay. Well, DRG, best of luck in your next matchup. Back to you guys at the desk.
So one of the things that was mentioned during that interview was, of course, DRG saying that the map pool is working against him. And based off of what I see here on my paper, I kind of have to agree with him. We're starting things off on Entombed Valley. Map 2 would be Metropolis, 3 Antigua Shipyard, 4 Cloud Kingdom, and 5 Tall Dream Altar. So maybe not what he exactly would like, especially kicking things off on Entombed Valley. I feel like that one, from a TVZ perspective, can be... Oh, it can be a little rough.
Yeah, I think he has to probably hope for a cross position. That would probably be the most advantageous for him. Of course, you cannot spawn both on the north side or both on the south, but you can both spawn together on the east or west side. The distance is kind of reasonable, but cross map would probably be better for him. Give him a little bit more breathing space.
Yeah, but DRG, he, I mean, let's talk about what he did earlier today. Is he just kind of ran through MC in a few very, very well orchestrated games by him. He definitely looked like the powerful DRG that you would expect to see, you know, especially here on a championship Sunday. So I'm, you know, very curious to see how they will match up. Ganzi has shown some good results here at MLG events in the past, but looking for that opportunity. I mean, will we see him potentially in the finals?
Yeah, and if we do, that would definitely be his best performance here so far. Top 2 performance at one of the MLG events, and taking on Marine King. Dongraegu, however, a big tripping wire for him.
Yeah, and you know, he said also that I'm not sure that I can even call it a rivalry with Marine King because I've lost, but most certainly I've got to imagine that Marine King is going to be the most confident going into that finals if it is indeed DRG. But Ganzi's not a player that I would definitely I would count out.
Yeah,
at all.
He had very good multi-pronged drops. He was very aggressive. He knew his timings. Pretty much everything was looking very, very spot on, the way he was engaging and so on. And actually in the round robin, he did defeat Dongraegu 2-0 and then lost the third one. So a 2-1 score. He could definitely repeat it, but as yesterday we saw Dongraegu in an interview and he was saying, well, my shape, you know, it's not that good. Or actually before he played MC this morning, he was saying my shape is not that good, and everyone here is a great player, and I'm going to try to do the best that I can. Now after the interview, in the interview after he played MC, he's saying my shape is good. Yeah, it lends confidence to him beating back MC.
Taking down MC, especially to just take yourself further. Not only did he advance, but also setting himself up for the pool play at the Spring Championships, and also already in not having to go through that Korean invite competition. Or
so it's kind of a weight off the shoulders.
Big weight, I think. Absolutely. I mean, at this point, I think you can be safe saying, obviously he wants to win, right? Everyone wants to win in this position, but I think it's safer to go, if I don't, look what I've got. Right, exactly. I just got myself into the pool play. I just got myself the opportunity to be at the next spring arena. Yeah. So it's kind of already a win for every single player that's in the top 4. The next big win's that $5,000 for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And we've got the players just about ready. We're waiting for Dongraegu to also signify that he's ready.
Yeah, I don't know. He might just be getting ready, but we want to just make sure that we have an A-OK from both players, as we heard from them momentarily. Of course, coming up next, the winner of this matchup will face Marine King Prime in a best-of-7 for the grand finals. Get confirmation. So saying go, go, ready. The countdown has begun. And here we are. There's just 3 players remaining after Hart was eliminated by Marine King. And now we'll be down to 2. After this best-of-5, I cannot imagine that one of these players will be able to 3-0 the other.
Yeah, probably not. And also keep in mind, Marine King is now sitting probably in the Dr. Pepper All Access Lounge, looking at Ganzi and Dongraegu. Yeah. If Dongraegu makes it through, that's 3 to 5 games for Marine King to study and possibly abuse.
That's a great point, Grubby, and not to mention all the previous knowledge that he's got from the games that he's played and won here at MLG events. In the Northwest position as the Red Terran from Team Complexity, it is Ganzi. And in the southwest east position, excuse me, as the blue Zerg, he ripped through MC, and now he is going to try his hand versus the Terran Ganzi. It is MVP DRG. And actually, I should not say rip through MC, because MC had a really, really cool air build that he did versus DRG that was quite nice.
I'm definitely gonna watch back those VSDs when I get back. Completely missed that series. Was casting Heart versus Violet.
Oh yeah, that's right, which was also had its fair share of good games. But I mean, that result from DRG and MC was a little bit crazy, considering that MC 3-0'd DRG in the round robin play.
I think that was the crazy result.
Yeah.
And Dongraegu 3-1 MC seems a little bit more with in line with my vision of the world's reality.
Sure. So what do we got going on here? Looks like a hatch first coming out for DRG at the front. We have no gas, and we just have actually SCV.
Yeah, that SCV.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is very interesting. Okay.
Yeah, we don't usually see this, ladies and gentlemen. Command center first.
It's actually,
okay, it happens.
It's
a secret command center, it happens, but a secret command center first?
I mean, this Overlord, depending on the route it will take, once it realizes there's actually nothing at this base, will likely see this.
Yeah, so this Overlord has to be careful. It doesn't know, of course, if Terran is possibly at the top right position. If it's not the top right, then it's the top left. And I could easily see the Overlord, once it realizes there is no Terran in the top right, taking a route westwards as the bird flies, or as the Overlord hovers, right over that command center. Awkward.
Very awkward, as the first Rax is also going to be in the back of Ganzi's base.
Maybe Dongraegu, actually maybe Ganzi knows more than me about that. The Overlord actually stopped. There must be reasons for this. Doesn't want to potentially lose it. Yeah, just keeps it there. So let's see if this opening gambit from Ganzi pays off. Has a secret barracks in the back, and now getting 2 refineries.
We've got the initial Lings out now. You're right, 2 refineries. We'll have the Marines coming up to the front.
That's a lot of initial links.
He did make 6, and then what, 2 more? So
yeah,
8
Zerglings.
total. 8 Zerglings going to move forward, and there's nothing to block this off. Are we going to get an SCV out for a potential bunker? He has not seen it yet.
He needs to wall it off right now.
Gosh.
Nope, he's too late.
This might be game over already. This might be, well, no, he's going to be able to fight with his
He's going to lose
SCVs,
1 Marine
at
for
least
sure.
1 Marine.
Now forced to pull SCVs. 1 SCV goes down, 1 Marine is down. Now the first Zergling falls. Will another SCV go down? 2, 3, 4 more SCVs are going down, and as the last Zerglings are being herded off into oblivion of death.
And the Overlord is going to spot something interesting over here. A bunch of mules and command center.
Ganzi speaking about showing interesting games. Wasn't quite sure this was what he meant. His CC got spotted. Not even sure if Ganzi knows that the curtains are up. Yep, he does. He's sending away his SCVs right now. No reason to stop his mules. They won't make it back. But now a command center on the natural expansion for Ganzi. He lost 4 SCVs in that attack.
It was not as bad as I thought. That was one of those panic moments where I'm like, oh my gosh,
yeah,
I'm gonna die right here. This is so insane, you know. But I mean, these decisions that have been made by Ganzi have worked out just fine. That second Marine popping out at like a crucial moment, and although it wasn't blocked off, it seems to be okay now. Of course, we have the Lings moving over.
See nothing. He wonders whether he dreamt it. The CC.
I swear there was a CC here just a minute ago, but we can't fly over to the 3rd. It's not going to be completely safe because the rocks will still be there.
Yeah.
Do we have an early Ling speed? It doesn't look like we do.
Nope, no gas at all yet for Dongraegu.
Yeah. So just getting now all 4 extractors at both the main and the natural.
Very steady play by Dongraegu. Just making drones, has maximized his mineral income and drone count, now taking all 4 gases at once, which will allow him to get speedling and layer tech. And he's looking to go with his bread and butter Mutilus Zergling combination, which he's so fond of.
Meanwhile, Ganzi going with a Cloak Banshee. The Cloak just started, first Banshee on the way, and this is actually going to be a great timing as we see cross map. A lot of times that cloak will hit just as the moment that the Banshee starts wreaking havoc inside the Zerg base. DRG is going to throw up a Spine Crawler at the front and already has an Evo chamber, so should be able to react to this, but he's not really in any sort of position where he's going to scout it before he initially sees that Banshee. No Overlords around the base at all. Of Ganzi. We do have one skirting along the very, very west of the map, but he is going to be getting there in quite a while. The other thing about DRG, you got to appreciate his creep spread. It's already fanning to the middle of the map, as you can see him being very diligent about getting that out there to improve his own mobility.
Yeah, you can really see that's something that he's been working on even recently, but also just in general. I don't always remember Dongraegu having had this good of a creep spread, and it's partly a result of the fact that he is getting his gases so late, so he needs those queens for defense, and what better use to put them to than to get this creep spread. So many active creep tumors out, and barely not miss any larva injects at all. Now the Cloak Banshee comes in. Spore Crawler was made as the moment the Overlord spotted it on the left side. Won't be too long until it will gain vision. 5 drone kills, took a few hits there on the Queen, a little bit of miss micro, lost 1 potential drone kill there, but now is being forced to move away. Overseer's out as well, so he can maybe snag 2 drone kills here, but then he'll have to move away. He just took 1.
Yeah, 7 kills total. And definitely, at the front we have some Lings poking in there, and this could be pretty bad. He might force a lift here, get a lift and get a couple of SCVs, as again, the rocks are not taken down quite yet, and everything will fall. Eventually, we'll have to see that orbital lifted. He cancels the SCV and moves it out, and he cannot really attack into it either.
No.
But here comes Banshee back to try to pick away at these Lings. And definitely one of the things that I look forward to asking Chef when we get to the end of this game is the choice to go +1 carapace versus Terran earlier before the +1 attack. Yeah. I mean, we've been seeing that versus Protoss quite a bit, you know, when you have those Ling Roach armies, but yeah. I'll make sure to ask him. We've got the another Evo coming up, which undoubtedly get those attacks rolling up. Do we have Baneling speed? Not yet, even though that Lair is done. He's kind of waiting for that Spire to get up and pooling that gas already up to nearly 900. He's probably going to get +1 attack going and then bust out probably 8 or 9 mutas.
Yeah, now we see centrifugal hooks coming up. That is Baneling speed. These Banelings are mostly just for defense. He's not going to bust with them or anything like that yet. I'm going to take down these rocks here in the middle position. Creep spread is very good. Hasn't 100% done it all the time when he could, but of course it's also good to make units and not just creep tumors. 2 Mutalisks coming out now.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, at the same time that the Spire got done, the +2 is going, the Evo chamber finished, so he started his +1 melee, and then he started +1 flyer attacks. So, believe it or not, most of his minerals, he still has plenty of gas, but most of his minerals went to his upgrades, so he had to wait a little bit to get out his additional mutas, but he's going to have about 13, 14 out here at once. And there's a little attempt at an attack. The door is open, but plenty of Marines there, can't do a whole lot. And should be interesting to see how he's going to use these mutas. Right now, Ganzi does not really have missile turret coverage on any of his bases. He's putting 2 up at the 3rd right now.
And 2 at the natural as well. And the main, well, he doesn't really need to cover the main because it's so shut in between his 2 expansions. Upgrades going well for Ganzi, as 1-1 already started the 2-2. And now going to move out with Marine tanks on the map. There could, of course, be burrowed Baneling, so he will use a scout both to kill creep tumors and to scout for that. Counter-attack now from Dongraegu. The wall is up, but that bunker will go down in record time, and he won't actually be able to stem the flow of this, and will have to return. Very awkward position there for Ganzi.
Yeah, this is really big, as he's going to be able to go in here. Will he start picking away at the production? Or will he go after SCV line? Going to immediately start working on that tech lab. Stim is stopped, and that is going to be a stinging blow to Ganzi, as he will not have Stim with this massive bio army in play here, and it will be a long time before he can get that back up. No more tech labs on the racks to be found. The Lings are going to be cleaned up, and the Mutas leave with a significant significantly low amount of losses. Maybe. Did we even lose a single Muta? I don't think a single Muta died there.
Well, just now one to the turret as he flew away. And take a look at the prioritization of Dongraegu in that fight. He took down that tech lab with 95% progress on the stim pack. And he also focused down a couple of reactors, namely the one on the starport and the ones on the barracks.
Banelings in the grass.
Banelings
in the grass are a scary thing.
A big roll in of Banelings here will connect directly with all the Marines, and Ganzi's army is being cleaned up definitively.
GG.
What a fell swoop in there from Dongraegu. That counterattack, it just completely stopped Ganzi's attack, nipped it in the butt, just took it down before it could even mount its decisive force.
Perfect creep spread. He saw it coming a mile away.
Yeah.
Was able to prepare for it. Final push. But let's hear from Artosis and Sheth. Guys, how's it going? What'd you think of game number 1?
Well, I got to say, I didn't like that move-out timing, but I do like that DRG is really reacting to the way his opponents have been playing. Yeah. Those Spore timings amazed me, but Ganji's been going Banshee a lot. You know, he made the 8 Lings. It looked like he was blindly countering possible 2 racks on that map. I'm impressed with the way he's playing. And Ganji, what was the deal with that, Sheth?
Well, he moved out at such a weird time. Like, he didn't move out with the 2-2 timing. He didn't even have stim. Like
partway through 2-2, no stim done. He's like, oh, this is a good time to move out.
Yeah, let's just push all of our units away from home where they were safe and defending stuff. Like, that was his whole strategy. Like, command center over here, away from units, not safe. Command center over here, not safe.
That was some weird, questionable play by Ganji.
I mentioned I would ask Sheth you about it, but in a lot of these TVZs, we're seeing the Zerg focus very quickly on +2 attack. But in this case, we saw +2 attack started before even +1 melee came out. Throw some insight into that one.
You mean the carapace? Or?
Yeah,
carapace.
Yeah, 2 carapace before attack.
We were talking about that actually a little bit, and double Evo seems to be the better way to go if you're going to heavily go Ling Baneling, but I've always enjoyed Zergs that actually go for carapace before attack. I know that, you know, if you get like the +2 on Banelings, that's pretty sick, but you need to be able to actually get up and get to the Marines. So that's StarCraft 1 logic, though.
If you can only get 1, definitely want to get at least carapace, because then the tank shots won't one-hit your Zerglings. So, I mean, if you're only going to get 1, it's a pretty easy choice unless you're dropping Banelings and then, you know, attack. But
you're not dropping Banelings, though, because you're DRG. And you have 2 strategies.
Just rolling them right in. Well, you know, in Tomb Valley, it was a map that I kind of thought that Ganzi would be able to take, but now we're going on to the first one with DRG up 1 game, and we're going to be moving on to Metropolis next. Looks like both players are ready, so we're going to be going live with this one. Of course, the winner goes on to face Marine King Prime. Grubby, based off of what we saw at DRG on there, we saw him eliminate MC 2-1 and then, 3-1. And then, of course, we saw a really quick game 1. And he looked like the DRG you said, you know, I feel good. I'm ready to play. I think I'm going to win this. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah.